Alright, this is the Kenwood KDC BT362U stereo that I've just put in my car. AZ Desert Dog asked me how I like it, so I figure I'll just do a review. So there's your shout out, and here's your review. What I really like is you can put a USB drive in it, and USB drives have gotten really small. So that one's 32 gigabytes of music that you can navigate, and it's real easy to navigate. Just fold her up with this one, fold her down with this one, and then turn the volume knob to move between songs. And that's the interesting thing about any new radio, is that all the buttons have more than one purpose, which can kind of drive you nuts if you don't know how to use them. So it's good to not get into a car accident, to sit in your driveway and learn how to use it a little bit before you actually go out on the road. So the volume knob is a volume knob. It also has a push button in it, and sometimes it's not acting as a volume knob when you're in different modes. This one, you can see I've got it set to green to match the green of my car, but you can change the color of it to be purple or blue or white, whatever your interior is. Sound is pretty good. Now, my advice to people is, if your car sounds crappy, if your car stereo sounds crappy, replace the speakers before you replace the stereo, if the only reason you're replacing the stereo is sound quality, because in most cases it's the speakers that are the problem and not the stereo. This one sounds good. It sounds as good as my old one did. I need to get some less crappy speakers. You get Bluetooth. The Pandora and iHeartRadio are kind of gimmicky. They basically, you just plug your telephone into it and then it'll run those two apps. It's got a microphone to do hands-free cell phone talking, so it'll automatically answer my phone when I'm driving if I have Bluetooth turned on, and I can go hands-free with that, which is good. The non-Bluetooth model is cheaper. This one I think was $120 at Best Buy. You can probably get a better deal. Best Buy is generally never the best buy. I would just impulse bought it. I think for $100 you can get one that doesn't have the phone connector. So you can have all your songs on the USB drive. You can have an aux cable that, if you want to get a long one so the kids in the back seat can plug in any device and it'll pick up the sound from that. And then if you've got Bluetooth enabled phones, you can hook them up to it and play music off of them too. So you have any number of options. And I really like the simplicity and the fact that it's the size of an old school car stereo, and I can still keep my bucket. And then if you want to, I also like that it looks cheap enough that nobody would try to steal it. But if you're paranoid, you can pop the face off and hide it when you're not using it. It also comes with this swaggy remote control. I don't know why on earth you'd want a remote control. Maybe so the backseat drivers can take control of your stereo. So that comes with it too, whether you want it or not. And for all you old people, it also plays compact digital discs. This is the Bluetooth connection from my phone. So you can see the song Destroy by Hoo Hoo Hoblin is hooked up and playing. I found that it turns my camera off if I'm using the camera and playing Bluetooth at the same time, but if you're just streaming Bluetooth and your phone's sitting next to you, then it'll play songs just fine. Alright, so to set the equalizer, it has a bunch of equalization settings. If you push the volume button in, then you get audio displayed. All these different settings is accessed by just pushing in on the volume button. So you can separately set your subwoofer, bass, mid-level, treble, or you can go to these preset equalizations, and they've got jazz, natural, user, so you can build your own custom one, drive, top 40, powerful, and you can try those out and see which one sounds the best, or you can build your own. So I want to rock, there we go. And then down here again, this is the back button, so you just back out of that. It'll drop me back into my green screen here where I'm listening to my rock and roll. And I've got a few different file formats on that USB drive, some old music that's in weird formats other than MP3. So it'll play MP3, WMA, AAC, and WAV, and it also says iPod or Android, and KME Lite or KMC files. I don't know what all those files are, but it's pretty flexible. It's not just MP3s.